friends, welcome back to another video. And tonight the vehicle won't introduce itself because I was too lazy to search up some non-copyrighted footage of it. Okay. So anyways, lately I was doing a bit of gaming. And then I went over to Gates of Hell Ostfront and played a bit with the Germans, as I normally do, you know, some funny little goofing around with a Pak 36 against a KV1 just for the lulz. And then I remembered, wait a second, this is one vehicle that is also in this game, but it's one Halftrack that I have bought in October when I was at the model fair with a friend. And I was like, yeah, I should build that. I didn't even finish half of the planned stuff I want to build this year. So I just built this. And, well, one thing led to another one, and we are here now. I mean, you kind of see it behind me. It's like one of the eye catchers. And it's not the clothes. But, yeah, long story short, I started building it, ignored all other models that I wanted to build, even a very strange T-34 on my table, more under my table. And now, without any further ado, let's jump straight into the building and painting and model process, and let me tell you at which points in the story I kind of scratched off paint. So the vehicle of today is the 1-ton Sd.Kfz 10, which is, I think it's a 2000s Revell kit, which is a re-release of the Italy kit from the 90s. Yeah, kind of great of a model. In hindsight, after looking back at the build, I should have bought extra newer tracks, because the tracks, you saw the age. Really, when you applied them, you really saw the age of the tracks, but that's something else. Yeah, we started off simply, you know, with the driving compartment, and then we worked our way up here. I'm not sure what else to tell you about this, because this is a very simple kit, and it's basically more watch than talk today. Also, during the build, I really liked the idea of building more German, or half-tracks in general, but mostly German half-tracks in the future. Not really sure how well this will go for me. I still have one 35th scale and I think two 72nd scale half-tracks in storage. If you want to see this, just let me know, basically. Otherwise, they end up either as a random build in between a bigger build, or like a random, you know, like fall, winter build next year. I'm not really sure about this. And you probably have guessed, since the background ambience we have today is somewhat of the Eastern Front in winter. This will be a winter model. At least it will have damaged winter camouflage. And it's the second, no, not the second, the third kit I did with a model built with winter camouflage. I've been watching a documentary about Stalingrad, and this documentary showed me some very interesting Soviet and German armor with damaged winter camouflage at places where normally damage wouldn't happen like this. You know, like there was a T-34 and the entire middle section of its gun, like the entire middle barrel, was green. There was no winter camo anymore on this part, but towards the end of the gun and towards the turret there suddenly were white spots around, and I'm not sure if this is due to lack of paint in Stalingrad for the Soviets, or if this is later footage of a tank rolling through Stalingrad during, I don't know, his way to the front, train stations, whatever. But this was really interesting, and yeah, it gave me the idea for winter to make a few more winter vehicles. So I bet you can expect me to really work with white colors and some chipping in the future. As we assemble the wheels, I have to tell you that I didn't go over it and sand them to, you know, remove the seam line, since from those few vehicles that I have seen, including Sd.Kfz pens, some wheels have this little rubberish kind of seam line as well. I mean, yes, it's torn down during driving and stuff, and it went away by literally usage of the vehicle, but it is still there on some places, even on the Jeep of one of my friends, which I will be surprising with a few models in the future. And I decided to let this stay on, to have like a somewhat new, yeah, you can say new, somewhat new wheels and new tracks later on. When we are painting, you see what I mean with that, on a already somehow very used but still kind of clean vehicle. So let's go to the painting. One thing you can notice is that I primed the vehicle in XF2 flat white, went over it with some Tamiya XF63 German grey. And one thing I have, well, noticed for myself during the painting, I really like to just put on some German grey as a ground color. So maybe some pre-war or, well, start of the war era tanks should be on my desk next year as well. Work table, I mean. And I'm not sure about this. Maybe a Panzer IV or a Panzer III, an early one, but only time will tell what the ultimate plan for next year will be. Don't worry, I'm still typing on the Word document, and I still type the script for the end of the year video, but the planning for next year is very different due to some IRL planning, like a trip to the United Kingdom and some other stuff I want to do next year, and yeah, yada. And yeah, I even sprayed the entire wheels, even the rubber parts, in German grey. Don't worry, I paint over it with a paintbrush later on. I just wanted to have an even coat of German grey around the metal part of the wheel. So yeah. After the paint was dry enough, I sprayed it with some hairspray. No real magic here, just some good old hairspray. And then I coated the model in XF2 again. And now in the background you can see the magic of hairspray that's been left to dry for 2 minutes. We are doing some chipping. This is called the hairspray technique. It's a very common technique. I might not need to explain it any further, but it helped me out greatly in this mod. And now the same thing for the covers. I didn't prime them in white. I simply forgot to prime them and didn't want to, prime white, go over it with a sand color, and then go back on it with hairspray and white. So yeah, that's totally on me, but I'm sure with how it turned out, I can live for the rest of my life. So looks good. Could have used some other materials, fake snow and stuff, but yeah, it's good to me. Okay, after putting on the roof and the glass pieces, plastic pieces but not glass, I realized the roof was off a bit. Okay, can live with that. And then I wanted to add the decals. I bought third-party decals from Padding House Decals, and oh god, those are the worst decals I've had. If someone tells you Tamiya decals for planes are shite, just send them to Padding House. Just send them to Padding House and they shall see how bad decals look. Anyways, I cut them a bit, put them on, and then I called it good. Anyways, here's the finished product. Yes, I didn't record the application of the turrets. Yes, I know, it's a failure of mine. And yes, you can see at the front that the lights are somewhat off. That's because those pieces broke off like 10 times each during the entire building and painting process. Yeah, it's not good, okay? It's a kit from the 90s, 2000s, and it's supposed to happen with 35th scale. Anyways, you can also see what I meant with the roof piece. And yeah, I can live with it. It's slightly off. I just put it to the age of the kit and the, well, not so great fitting of the time it was released, so to say. Anyways, I really enjoyed this kit during the tracks and, well, the builds for the tracks. I realized, yeah, I don't want to build half tracks anymore. Like, this was the, well, taking them out of the sprue, cleaning them a bit and gluing them together. It's like building a tank, but with a tank, you know, it's one of the crucial parts that you do at the beginning. And here it was like step 25 or something. Not so great, honestly. If I want to, or well, will build another half track in the future, I just do the wheels at the beginning of the build and the video, and then I just work my way up from there. So for the sides, you can see some points on the photos, if you pause and look closely, where the paint chipped off completely. I went over it after, well, cutting the video and before recording my final sentence, which is now. And I painted them a bit with a paintbrush. I know it's not the best option you can have, but if you look at subreddit for model building or Discord servers or other guys, they normally sand and repaint and all. I couldn't do that. I was not lazy, but the model was so close to the end. I couldn't do it. So yeah, what's the plan for the next videos in this year? I'm not sure. I told you that I have the last ones of the year series return, or video return, and turning this into a video series. And maybe the models that I want to build for a friend of mine, who knows. If I manage it in the next weekends, probably can, probably won't. So yeah, back to the model. My final thoughts on this model: it's a great kit. You should get it. Tamiya re-released it with, well, from Italy again, but hopefully a bit better with some minor adjustments to the fitting. For the next half track, we're going with the 251 series, I suppose. And overall, this half track, 8 out of 10, solid build. You could upgrade it a bit with some photo etched or some metal tracks. Yeah. That's it for today, guys. Thank you all for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.